Prism Credential Badges is an easy-to-use web application that helps website owners embed cryptographically verifiable credentials directly into their websites or digital platforms. Unlike traditional Web 2 badges or review systems, which can easily be outdated, forged, and manipulated, credential badges leverage decentralized identifiers, DIDs, W3C verifiable credentials, and blockchain technology to ensure badges remain authentic, traceable, and continuously verifiable in real time. This is a quick step-by-step guide on how to create an embeddable badge. First of all, we need a W3C verifiable credential which leverages DID Prism. When you are active in the Identis community, formerly known as the Teleprism, then you might already got a credential. Maybe because someone issued one to you, or you are running an Identis cloud agent by yourself. If so, you can skip the first part of the video and go to the second part. Part 1. Creating a credential. If you don't have a credential already prepared, you can see here how to create one. Note that this walkthrough is just for demonstration purposes, as we assume control of holder and the issuer at the same time. In a production scenario, you would likely have your own issuance infrastructure in place or would run this app yourself, meaning you are the issuer and someone else would request a credential from you. But for demonstration purposes, we use the app to issue a credential to ourselves. For the demo, let's assume a student, the subject, wants a verifiable credential for their degree from a university, the issuer. First go to credentials.blocktrust.dev and create a new account. This will represent the holder's or subject's account, being the student. You must confirm your email before logging in. This application uses the Identis cloud agent in the background. For demonstration purposes, we have pre-configured an instance of the cloud agent which is powering this application. Navigate to New DID in the navigation bar. Click on Generate New DID and then select Save to store it in the browser's local storage. Go to Connections and click on Connect. Then click Save again. Due to the current technical limitations, credential issuance must begin with a credential request from the holder, in our case the student. Typically, the issuer, so the university, initiates the process directly, but this functionality isn't yet supported by the Identis agent. Now navigate to Credentials and then click New Credential. Now let's provide some details. For the label, choose a descriptive name. The label is just for internal reference. The name of the credential will show up in certain templates. The typical name would be, for example, graduation credential. The identifier is your previously generated DID, but we can make it more descriptive by using a name here. Now choose achievement as a credential type, but it should already be pre-selected. Note that the other credential type is endorsement, and it's structured slightly differently. For example, it has no image and it uses a quote from the field endorsement comment as a central piece of information. Now add a description and select an achievement type. You may also add additional information here in the other fields. Now let's upload the badge. This is not strictly required, but makes the badge visually stand out. Now we need to open the browser in incognito mode and log in as the issuer. So Use the provided credentials here. Under Dashboard, Requests, Pending, you will find the requested credential in a status of waiting approval. We can now approve the request from the issuer side. This is the only interaction we are doing from the side of the issuer. So let's switch back again to the holder, in our case, the student. Go to the credential again and click Accept. This sends the acceptance message back to the issuer, which then signs the credential and sends it back automatically. So we don't have to log in again as the issuer. Click Refresh until the status reads Credential Received. If you like, you can now also inspect the credential in an editor to better understand the contents. Refer to the written guide if you want more details on that. Part 2. Creating a badge. Now that we now have a credential, you are ready to generate the badge. Go to badges.blocktrust.dev and paste your credential into the input credential text box. If you maybe encountered a problem beforehand, you can also use the example achievement credential or endorsement credential to continue with the demo. The domain field here is optional and restricts the badge to a specific top-level domain. You may leave this blank for this demo. Click Continue. The credential now undergoes validation, including a signature and expiration check and the revocation registry check. If validation succeeds, proceed to the badge creation. If validation fails, you should get an error here and cannot continue. If the credential is valid, you can click Continue to preview. Now you can select the badge design. The provided selection varies based on the credential type and the available properties. For example, if you have an image, what data is provided, or if you have an achievement or endorsement credential. You can also switch between dark and normal badges. Click Continue after making your selection. The badge snippet is now ready. You can copy it to the clipboard. You can now place this snippet into your website. The credential will execute on page load and connect to our service to load the contents of the badge. It will also run through a validation of the credential so that it can show if the credential is invalid because, for example, it expired recently. A visitor to your page can now also click on the credential to get to our page with all the verification details, including the full contents of the credential. This completes the guide. You are now ready to embed customized credentials into your site. If you have an issue, feel free to get in touch or open an issue on the GitHub page. Thank you for watching.